welcome back, everyone. Bart and Jennifer Mills are in to tell us about a new scary movie. It is called Presents. So welcome, Bart and Jen.
Good morning.
All right, so this is not like a gifting presents, but a scary, like ghostly presents.
Absolutely.
Right. So let me tell you about the movie. So this family moves into a home. Mom and Dad, Lucy Liu and Chris Sullivan, and their two teenage kids. Unbeknownst to them, there is already a ghost living in this house. And so the interesting thing about this movie is the whole movie is shot from the ghost's perspective. So, you know, the ghost is sort of watching their conversations, watching what they're doing in their daily lives, and interacting with them while interacting with the teenage daughter.
Okay, so it sounds interesting. It sounds like a little bit of a twist to a supernatural story. So is it, I mean, it's supposed to be a thriller, scary movie. Were you scared?
It's not really that kind of scary movie. This is Steven Soderbergh. Soderbergh, of course, is, famous for everything from the Ocean 11 movies to Magic Mike, and he kind of all over the place as a director. He's a guy who shoots his own stuff. So in this case, this is a very low budget movie shot with a handheld Sony A7 camera. He does all the shooting. He's, it's kind of fascinating in that front because you're seeing everything from the perspective of the ghost. So you're literally just kind of watching this family interact. There are no close-ups. Everything is a one shot. So from that perspective, it's interesting as a thought piece. It looks a lot like a very good student film. And I think he did that intentionally. The value of that to you as a moviegoer may not be as hot as it is for some.
Right. So every time you hear a creak or a little knock in your house, did it make you look over your shoulder after watching this movie?
No, but I did. The thing is, we saw this in the theater, and usually I'm an advocate for seeing a movie in the theater. But in this case, because it is literally set in a house, I couldn't help but think that this would have been a lot more fun to watch at home on my television set, especially since I also own an old house and it does creep. So, that could add to the joy of it some.
Right. So this movie is rated R. Is there gore? Is that why it's rated R?
No. I'm not sure why it would have been rated R. I guess there was sex, but nothing overt. But, yeah.
But there is sexual context with the teenagers,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's also 85 minutes long, so really not too long of a movie. So.
Oh.
No, the length was perfect for what it was.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so let's go to our favorite website then, because I was kind of confused by the ratings on this one because the Rotten Tomatoes, my favorite website, gave it an 85% critic approval rating. However, the audience approval rating was 56%. So a big difference there. I was kind of
and I think, as I said, this has the feeling of an experimental movie, which is interesting for a guy who's made 35 feature films. But it does feel like a student or an experimental film. Critics tend to like that. There's an interesting theory and philosophy behind this, and if you're a fan of camera work, it's kind of interesting. But as a movie, it's not much fun. There's not much going on. And so as a result, you're just watching this kind of horrible family interact on a daily basis.
Yeah, it really felt like you were almost watching a play.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay, so let's just go to the big reveal then, because I think I know what you're going to say, but are we going to give this one a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or just somewhere in the middle?
I give it a thumbs down as a traditional movie to watch. I always have these moments where this is a movie that if I know, I just talked to a couple of guys yesterday who are young filmmakers, local guys, and I told them, you need to see this because to you, it would give you hope because this is something that almost anybody with the right, with a little bit of equipment and some knowledge could do, I think. And so if you're a film student or if you're a big Soderbergh completist, then go see it. But the rest of us, don't bother.
All right, Jen, what do you think? Thumbs up?
Again, that's the only reason I would recommend it. I really thought that this movie was boring. Luckily, it was only 86 minutes long. It's not scary. Do not go into this thinking you're going to have any jump scares or even be creeped out, because it's not that at all. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Even on streaming, I wouldn't recommend this.
Oh, okay. So, that was a big no-no. So, all right. So if you're a filmmaker and you think that, you might be interested in something like this, then that might be a good movie for you. But if you're a regular audience member, then maybe just go skip the movie Presence.
Yes.
All right. Well, Bart and Jen, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Well, don't go away, because we are Born to Be Returned.